I think I kind of stumbled into this profession. I was all set to study law when I discovered that design is also something that I could pursue. I studied communication design at NIFT Delhi, so it was a happy accident that we sort of found each other. Design means different things to me depending on the day you're asking, but on most days it feels like play. Because I get to play with materials and with volumes and with shapes to create these complex, layered, immersive experiences that can bring people joy or comfort or even a sense of wonder. Masti is this restaurant that we were working on in Dubai. The intent was to be able to share Indian food in a fun and playful yet familiar way to a global audience. Great opportunity for us to be able to celebrate all of the cliches, monkeys and elephants and lots of color, but to do it in a meaningful way. All the furniture, all the lighting, large elements of the space, fantastic 6-foot-tall 3D stained glass elephant. All of these were actually crafted here and then they were sent to Dubai. A brief is always very open-ended when it comes from a client, and we like to dig deep. What values do they want this project to represent? And that gives us a grounding to be able to create something meaningful. We then start building a narrative, the outline of a story that will allow us to identify which elements belong in the story and which ones don't. The last thing that happens is emergence. We're just chiseling away and iterating until the picture becomes clearer to all of us. We did this exhibition design for Ikaya, where they had engaged 15 French fashion designers to create couture bridal wear using Banarsi textiles. It was this incredibly immersive, transformative experience of the space. The whole narrative was just celebrating the eternal romance between weddings and flowers. What I think is really special about our country is the diversity and the abundance of specialized skills that we have in the craft sector. The problem though is that today, if you'd like to do that for your own home, you still need a designer to be able to interface with the craft community. I'd love to be able to leverage crafts in a way that it's accessible to individual homeowners to be able to style their own spaces, so that we start looking at crafts as something that's a part of our homes and our spaces and not as rustic folksy techniques. So Ras Devigad is a hotel that was made inside an 18th century fort palace. Our primary intervention to insert this almost invisible metal staircase which sits very delicately against the old structure, and it's completely transformed the way in which guests move through the space. We also activated a few vestigial spaces inside the fort to create a small bar, and it's had a direct impact on their business and the revenue that they get now from F&B. From the perspective of someone who's in the organization, the USP is definitely the culture. There are a set of values that we abide by. It feels like college. It feels like a young, youthful atmosphere with no real hierarchy, but there's a sense of accountability and ownership. Externally, I think we have a lot of integrity and we honor our word to our clients and we take responsibility for what we do. And we are very committed to see the vision through with the client. It's an incredible honor to be included in this list by Forbes India. For me, it was definitely a bucket list. I'm incredibly grateful and humbled by the fact that I've been included in this list.